Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick Rizzo here, StrivenLife.com. And today we are continuing on with our kind of, I guess you'd call it an ADHD series. It is actually ADHD Awareness Month, which is interesting enough. I didn't realize that until yesterday. But I'm talking about this for a specific reason because entrepreneurs, a lot of entrepreneurs either tend to have ADHD or have ADHD tendencies. And so that's why this month I am talking a bunch about ADHD. One, because I have it, and two, I know a lot of people that do have it that are entrepreneurs and that I'm hoping that we can kind of better serve through having the conversation. So yesterday I talked about my own story of ADHD, how I came to figure out that I had it. And, you know, it wasn't the prettiest thing ever. But now I'm kind of moving on today and talking about this stigma of ADHD. So once you find out you have ADHD, sometimes it's not the best feeling, right? So, ever since the day I realized I got diagnosed with ADHD, which was about the last 2 to 3 weeks of my college career, my senior year, I started to become more in tune into the perception of ADHD. So, I mean, how many news clips have you seen that talked about the overdiagnosing or overprescribing of ADHD, but not the struggles for those that have it? Or what about those like commonplace conversations that either happen at work or family parties or friends' places, whatever? People voice their opinion saying they don't believe in ADHD. They don't think it's real, as if like I'm not real. Or, just yesterday I posted in a group about a really cool article that I found, that related ADHD to entrepreneurship, and the first comment I got was, "Is ADHD fake?" Or the times when we have our own loved ones, like our families, that they say these things that really cut deep. I mean, I know for me, when I share my diagnosis with my own parents, the first thing my mom says, "No, you don't. You're just lazy and are looking for an excuse." Well, shit, right? Like that shit's not cool. It cuts deep. But all of this stigma and denial of a disorder that has been demonstrated in science to have real biological differences, has led me to become extremely ashamed of my ADHD at first. When a symptom or one of the little flaws that comes with it would pop its head up, it would really start to build on myself. Like just simple things. Like I remember getting in the car with my wife and she's like, "Hey, let's go to Home Depot on Route 1. Mind you, where I grew up, this is the corner of the street. Here's my house, here's Route 1, and Home Depot I've passed probably 1,000 times, but I couldn't figure out because that's just not how my mind works. Simple things like that, or dates, or losing track mid-place through a conversation, or not remembering something I just said I was going to do 5 minutes ago. Like these are small things, but because of the stigma, because of what these other people were saying about ADHD, it made me feel worse when these things came up. I remember in a conversation with one of my clients who has ADHD, she said something about this topic that was like so sad, but like really true. I want to make sure I kind of just read it so I get it right. It kind of went along the lines of, it would almost be easier to deal with having ADHD if we had a physical disability that people could see, because then, at least then, they would understand rather than look at us as if we were lazy, incompetent, or incapable, which couldn't be further from the truth. Man, when like my client said that, my jaw dropped because it's so true. The amount of times I've been in conversations with colleagues as teachers, the amount of times I've been in conversations with family or friends, or just heard conversations while I'm out and there's people near me talking about stuff, and it's all so negative and just digs down on people who are labeled as having ADHD. And it made me feel a lot worse about all of it. But after a certain point, I started to reflect on these emotions and realized that, I wasn't applying what for myself I call my one truth, which is being unapologetically yourself in life. I do there's a whole episode in blog posts on StrivenLife.com about it. And embracing who I am. As per most of the revelations I've had in life, I ended up using the ever kind of articulate word of, well, fuck it. And my perspective on my ADHD started to change. the opinions and perspectives of the stigma were no longer of any consequence to me, and rather I've rejoiced in this gift of my disorder that made me unique. I started to really understand and appreciate these differences that ADHD brought to the table, that were benefits, they were gifts, they were not flaws. Yeah, there are some negative aspects to having ADHD, but there's some negative aspects to every single person and their unique quirks and flaws and the way they work. But because we're classed as a group of ADHD, it was easier to say negative things about us as a group because we were labeled. But until we shift our mindset and start to realize the benefits of having ADHD is, and how we can leverage those strengths to improve our life, improve our passions, improve our careers and our business, it's easy to be held down by this label or this disorder or this stigma. But once you flip that switch, you realize these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. ADHD is like a friggin' superpower for me now. I can't tell you, like, my level of focus and productivity and efficiency has jumped leaps and bounds ever since I decided to view my ADHD as a gift and learn how to leverage it, learn how to better support myself in order to be able to apply my strengths to these things that I love doing. So, that's it for me today, guys. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the gifts of being an entrepreneur with ADD. I know I talked a little bit at the end there, but tomorrow I'm going to be talking all about specific aspects of ADHD that are really positive things. And we need to realize that this flaw of ADHD is actually a gift. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about that tomorrow. If you're interested in the free day strategic goal mapping for massive clarity, focus, and momentum in your business challenge, it launches October 24th, next Tuesday. There's a link in the description you can click, and it will bring you to a landing page. You can check it out, see if it's what you think you're interested into. We're going to be literally showing you how you can go from this is where I am, this is where I want to be in 12 months, and be able to strategically map that back to where you are so you know what you have to try to achieve every single month in order to reach our goals. It's going to be super empowering, super helpful. You'll have massive amounts of direction and clarity, and you'll be able to start wiping away that overwhelm when it comes to trying to achieve our goals in business. So I hope you check it out. I hope I see you in there, and I'll be back tomorrow for some more Striven Daily. See y'all later.